What's going on, guys? It's the Game Sports here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get unlimited fusion parts on CSR2 on iOS. Now, to do this exploit, we are going to need a jailbroken device and a copy of iGameGuardian, which does cost about $4. If you want to know how to get that, go ahead and check out my link in the description and popping up on screen right now, where I show you how to download and install iGameGuardian. Okay, so that being said, let's crack on with this. So what we're going to do is going to add some fusion parts to this. Now, we can boost the number of fusion parts we have as long as we have one fusion. But if we don't have any fusions, like these gaps here, as you can see, these are all blank. We don't have anything there, we can't boost that. So the only number we could boost there is just this number 2 here. So first thing we need to do is fill up our fusion slots and get one of every fusion part. So to do that, we're going to do our trusty win line hack. So we're going to jump into a race. And we're going to find a race 2 hack. Now, before we start, first thing I want to know is that if you was to hack this win line, this is the flash event and this is for a specific car. Now, if you was to hack this and add fusion parts, you would only get fusion parts for the Millica Valley. So it needs to be a race series that does not which is not for a specific car event. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get into Amelia's challenge, and we're going to search for this win line code. So 25.9, 3010, 5 and 11. So I'm going to make sure we've got the game selected and then go to do a search and then click the number search right there, I-32, and I've forgotten what the first number was, 25. So we're going to search for number I-32 25 and a new search. Okay, so that's completed. Next we're going to do is click on the little tab right here and then click on nearby right there. We're going to do our nearby search and we're going to search for this number 9 right here. So 9 nearby, and again we're going to do the same again. So we're going to search for nearby and then we're going to search for 3000 and then nearby and search for 10. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and what we've got is straight away we've got the results we're looking for. It was quite easy, that one. So as you can see, if I just go ahead and open one of these 25s up right here, so I'll just click the bottom one, press cancel, I'm going to drag that over, and then click on memory at the bottom right there, and then click the go to button right here. And what we're going to see is 25, 25 and 9. Now this is the number of items we're going to win. In this case it is keys, so 25 bronze keys and the race number underneath, which is 9. Perfect. And all we're going to do is change our keys from to fusion parts, and the number of fusion parts we want to win, I'm going to win about 500 of each fusion part. So I'm going to go ahead and change the 2 25s. You must change them both, not just one. So change them both to 500. 500. Get that one correct. And we're going to scroll up the list. Keep scrolling up. You'll see a big number, and then we're going to start seeing -1, 7, and another big number, and just up a little bit more and we see 7. That is for the bronze keys. We want to change that to 13 for fusion parts. And then we also have this number here just underneath the 7 and above the -1. This tells us what type of fusion part we're going to have. So 1 would be green fusion, 2 would be blue fusion, and 3 would be pink fusion. So I want 500 of each. So for this first one, I'm going to add 500 green fusion. So that would be a 1. And then what we're going to do is just keep scrolling up, and we're going to see the next race just above it. So you can see right there. So it's 3000, 3010. And then if I move this away, you can see right there, 3000, and there's the 10. So that is the correct race. So I'm just going to change those two 3000s to 500 again. 500, 500. Just keep scrolling up. One big number, two big numbers, and this one to 13, and then just above the -1 and the 7, below the 7, we're going to change that to 2 for blue fusion. And again, we're going to scroll up to the next race, which is right there, 5 and 11. So let's change those 5 to 500. And keep scrolling up, one big number there, two big numbers, and 2 to a 13, and this to a 3. And now we're just going to check our results and make sure everything's changed properly by closing the race down and opening it back up. As you can see right there, we have 500 green fusion, 500 blue fusion, 500 pink fusion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip forward, I'm going to win all those fusion parts, and then we're going to get to the next steps. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm back a little bit early because I did forget one thing on the iPad version of this game is when you win 500 fusion parts, you cannot skip the animation of the fusion parts being delivered like you can on Android. You have to sit and watch it or close the game. And that's exactly what I've done. I've gone and closed the game. So now all I've got is a lot of green fusion. Now I haven't even got one of each, it seems, on each part here. I'm missing some. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead, and I'm going to have to do each race at a time. So I'll do the blue fusion next, then the pink fusion, rather than doing all 3 edits on the win line at once. So I'll just do them one at a time, then I'll close the game to skip the animation, but you still earn the parts. And once I've done all that, we'll be back. And I'll also bump up the amounts because 500 just isn't enough for me because I have 0 fusion. This is a new account, so I'll probably bump it up to about 700 of each part. Or of each colour. So again, I'll go ahead and do that and we'll get back into it after I've got all those. So there we go, 750 blue parts now ready to the win line. Let's get those now. Alright guys, so we're back and we've added 750 blue and 750 pink. So if I go into my fusion parts inventory and we find some items, you can see now I have pretty much one of everything there. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and just search for something like this 5 here. So I'll open up my iGameGuardian. Do a new number search, I3245, search number. Okay, so now that's completed, what we're going to do is just sell one of our fusion parts. So click on that, click the sell and confirm, and then do a new search for the new number, which is 4. And again, click on that and sell it, confirm. And another new search for 3. You see we've narrowed it down now, so we'll do one more sale. And a new search for 2. And we'll just click on the top one and have a look. And click the go to. As you can see, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a whole list of the parts. So there's the 2 for the fusion part there, and all these are all the fusion parts. So what we're going to do is just scroll on up until we reach the top of the list, and we know we get to the top of the list because we see this number here. So it's 1237, and then a 0, and then a 2. Now this 2 is our first fusion part. So what we're going to do is just copy this memory location here. So it's 0x116AA3020. So what I'm going to do is just click on that, and I'm just going to, As you can see the same memory location there, and I'm just going to type it into the address bar there, and then I'm just going to copy it once it's in there. Okay, so that's it copied. I'm just going to double click, select all, and click the copy, and then we can cancel. And what I'm going to do now, just a little bit bigger, is just click on the More button at the bottom right over here, and then as you can see, we scroll up. We have our search ranges here, and what I want to do is set my minimum search range to the top of the Fusion parts list at the top. So we're going to set our minimum search to this number here. So we'll go ahead and click on the More and change the minimum, and then I've just copied it over, typed it and copied it, and then I'm just going to click the paste button, which is right here on my iPad, and then click set minimum. Then go back into the memory and just scroll to the bottom, and what we're looking for is all our numbers to turn to zeros. They'll all become zeros near the bottom of the list. Okay, there we go. So we've got the bottom of the list, and what we're going to do is copy the first 0 on the list. So we're going to copy this address right here. So we're just going to tap on it, and then type in the same address code again. So it's 0x116AA 3FA4. Correct? Yep, so once we've got it in there, just double click it, select all and copy, and again cancel it and go to the More at the bottom right, and then we're going to set our maximum search range to that code there, so set max. And then what we're going to do is go back in to do a search, and we're going to clear our results, and then we're just going to go ahead and just do a fuzzy search. So if it should be on the fuzzy anyway, but just click the fuzzy search and then I32 and cache all. And what that's going to do is find every item within that memory range. So that is all our Fusion parts there now. And what we're going to do is click on the little switch button there, and then click batch. And once we've got the batch change it to how many Fusion parts we want. So I'm just going to change it to 150. Click alter, and then if I minimize this and then just go back to stage 6 and then back into Fusion parts, you can see I've now got 150 of every Fusion part. And then if I can go into it, pretty much all my Fusion parts now, I should have 150. As you can see, this gap here, this is where I didn't have a Fusion part. So regardless of what I do, even if I go back into the memory and scroll to the bottom and find all those zeros at the bottom, even if I changed all those to a number, it doesn't make a difference. It won't add the Fusion parts that aren't already there. So you have to have one Fusion part. So that's it, guys. It can be a little bit complicated, just tracking that down and having to search for the race series again and again. Like I said, you don't want to on the iPad, you don't want to do all the races in one go like I initially did in the video, because you've been waiting for a long time for 500 or 750 Fusion parts to drop. So the best thing to do is to go ahead and just do one race and then close the app once you've received a few Fusion parts. Close the app and then restart it, and then the Fusion parts will appear in your inventory. If you do get stuck with this, go ahead and jump onto my Discord. There is a link in the description. Myself and the rest of the guys there are always happy to help any newcomers. And that's it, fellas. This has been the Game Exploiter. Happy hacking.